Okay, so this is the Plum cocktail. The Plum cocktail is inspired by this delicious Genshu Shochu made by Watanabe Distillery in Miyazaki City. After distillation, this Genshu is rested for 5 years in neutral barrels to really make sure that all those flavors can kind of settle and come together into this delicious and expressive spirit. What I really love about the flavors of this particular Genshu is that it has all this kind of like toasted sesame notes and like popcorn flavors from the barley koji that they use as well. So it's a barley Genshu, it's a mugi Shochu. Also, we're adding a Umeboshi Tahini syrup. Umeboshi, again, salted ume plum, very tart, reminiscent of apricot in flavor. I'm adding a little bit of this Taiwanese plum vinegar that has this wonderful honey characteristic and bright, gentle acidity. So I'm combining the two of those syrups together. We're going to add a little bit of lemon juice to this cocktail, just to add some freshness and brightness, and then also some Amontillado sherry. I find that sherry works really well in Shochu applications just due to the gentle acidity, because again Amontillado has these flavors of like bitter almond, this really kind of nutty characteristic. It works really well, again, kind of complementing the Genshu. We have a Shiro Miso syrup that we were making just by combining Shiro Miso, some white miso, with simple syrup. It has this wonderful aromas of like candied pineapple. It's very tropical on the nose, and a little bit of that salt really adds nice umami to kind of help dry out the cocktail. And because we're utilizing the Genshu Shochu in like a split base application for this cocktail, I'm going to split it with some aged Venezuelan rum, Diplomatico Exclusiva Reserva. It's absolutely delicious because it spends time in oak. It's having all these kind of rich characteristics of like toffee and chocolate and orange. Super great maple. It helps really kind of work well with this Genshu. Alright, so let's make the cocktail. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add an egg white to our drink. That's going to add nice creamy texture and some body. Adding egg white. When we're about to shake this cocktail, we're going to dry shake it first to make sure everything is properly emulsified. There we go. Great. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to add a little bit of lemon juice. Again, we're just brightening up the cocktail, adding just 1/4 ounce of lemon juice. You're going to get so much acidity from the Amontillado sherry. Just 1/2 ounce of the Shiro Miso. And 1/2 ounce of that Umeboshi Tahini. Half ounce of the Lustau Los Arcos Amontillado sherry. And then we'll split the base again with Diplomatico Exclusiva Reserva, 1 full ounce. And then this delicious barley Genshu. Dry shake first, make sure everything is nicely combined. All right. Then we'll add ice and shake. So I've got this fizz glass right here. I've also got some black sesame that I'm going to utilize as a garnish. It's got this wonderful milky texture. This is super delicious, almost like a dessert style drink, kind of like a boozy milkshake. I'm double straining it to make sure that the texture is just super delicious. Not getting any ice jars in my cocktail. And we'll just garnish with a little bit of that black sesame, you know, a little bit of that bitterness. And then there you have it. That's the plum cocktail. Wonderful. You know, again, uh, the Genshu just, you know, again, you know, this Genshu just kind of like pushes through. You get all these wonderful umami characteristics of sesame and chocolate and toffee and the tahini and the plum. It's wonderful. I hope you guys check it out. Thanks so much for joining us here today as part of this webinar series with some of the best bartenders in the world making delicious Shochu cocktails.